Hey there, everybody, and welcome. That was loud. Hey there. My bad. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Real Life Pastor. I am John, and I am a pastor in real life. I want to thank you for tuning into this webisode, or vlog, or blog, whatever you would call this sort of thing. It means a lot to me. For this episode, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, I'm not going to lie. I will get into some pretty deep stuff. Kobe Bryant just passed away this week, and so there's some somber moments that are going to happen, so just be prepared for that. But it's also, the topic for discussion is going to be about celebrity, and how do pastors feel about that sort of thing? How do pastors feel about celebrity deaths, things like award shows like the Oscars? And we also have this box, which there's something very exciting in this box. So I'm really excited to get to this. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm stoked. So we're going to get to all of that right here on Real Life Pastor. As I was saying earlier, we're still dealing with the death of Kobe Bryant, which was very sudden, and his daughter Gigi. And it's just awful. All the people, all 9 folks that were on the helicopter when it crashed, it's pretty unthinkable. And it's been kind of a complicated thing to think about, to address, especially as a pastor. I was a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I'm not gonna lie about it. I was a huge Kobe fan. I was a huge Lakers fan. Am a huge Lakers fan. Kobe is the reason that I love basketball, and he's also the reason that I love the Lakers. They're my team. Like, first and foremost, it's the Lakers. You want to know who the best player of all time is? It's Kobe. The Mamba mentality is just insane to even start to think about or talk about. So, with that being said, I took the loss of Kobe pretty hard, and it did get me to thinking about whether or not I wanted to do a video about celebrity and kind of earthly idols, if you could even call them that, and how do we as Christian pastors navigate that sort of thing, if we navigate them at all. And obviously, as you are already well aware of, I was devastated by the death of Kobe. It's pretty on par for me with the death of Robin Williams. When Robin Williams left us, it was tragic for everybody, but I had a deep kind of connection with Robin Williams. Not personally, I don't know any celebrities really, but ever since Patch Adams came out, the movie, Robin Williams I was really in tune with that character in particular, but just the idea of making others happy. My very first paper or dissertation or essay or whatever you would call it, I don't remember how long it was, but my very first paper that I ever wrote in seminary was asking us to identify with a fictional character. And so the very first paper that I ever wrote in seminary was about Robin Williams, and it was about Patch Adams. My wedding, actually, at my wedding, I had the whole wedding party where clown noses into the reception, which I'm not so sure that they were the most thrilled about. But when I say that the death of Robin Williams really got me, it really did. The very first celebrity death that I ever went through was when I was 11, I think I was, when Dale Earnhardt Sr. died, and I was a huge Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan, along with my mom, I was at such a young age, and I don't know if I entirely understood it or could even really accept that he was dead. And just to kind of speak to the scope of how I was feeling, I was this kid crying, and there's some people that are probably watching this like, Kobe Bryant has some troubled things in his history, and I'm not the one. If you want me to talk about that right now, it's just not going to happen. The death of Kobe Bryant really got me to think about how we deal with celebrity status, how we view celebrities, how we idolize them, and how we put them up on a pedestal. And I understand when people don't understand. I understand when people don't understand how people react to celebrity deaths to a certain extent. But you have to understand that with celebrities, in a lot of cases, people grew up watching these people. You know, I grew up with Robin Williams. I grew up watching Dale Earnhardt Sr. every Sunday race with my family. I grew up as a Lakers fan playing one-on-one basketball with my brother, and every single time I was Kobe. And, you know, and then to model my work ethic after Kobe Bryant. I understand if you don't understand why that would impact somebody else, why it's a big deal when some basketball player died. It's not your job to understand what other people are feeling or going through right now. But I would say that it's your job to not say anything. It's your job, as with anybody that's grieving for anything, is to not insert your feelings and your ego into the situation. I grew up laughing to Robin Williams. I grew up watching Dale Earnhardt Sr. race his heart out every single Sunday with my family. I grew up as a Lakers fan, playing one-on-one with my brother, yelling out Kobe every time I shot the ball, and then even as an adult, modeling my work ethic after Kobe Bryant. So again, it got me to think about this whole celebrity thing. And I remember my wife and I, the first time I thought really deeply about this, my wife and I, we actually made a trip to LA, and we went to a couple show tapings. Like, we went to James Corden, we went to Jimmy Kimmel, which was awesome. We went to Little Big Shots, like the taping of that. And there's red carpet events going on, all sorts of exciting things going on in LA. But I very vividly remember from our hotel to, you know, downtown LA or Hollywood or whatever you would call it. I just remember to get to the center of where everything is at, you have to go through block after block of homelessness and tent cities and people who are really hurting. And I remember very specifically, I was a pastor, you know, this wasn't forever ago, this was pretty recently, and I remember that moment. Going to LA while passing all of this homelessness and hurt, I just remember being like, what am I doing? Where are we going when all of this is right here? And again, that was probably the first time I deeply thought about what celebrity means and worldly idols and that sort of thing. And I'll say the place where I kind of arrived to is to understand that it is okay to enjoy movies. It's okay to enjoy your favorite singer, your favorite actors. All of that's okay. It's almost like, you know, everything's good in moderation. You know, it's okay to enjoy a great movie and to have your favorite actors or your favorite singers, but don't like actually worship them. Don't go to that next level of worshiping them. And I don't even know really what that means, worshiping. I don't know how you could worship somebody. I've only ever worshiped Jesus and God, and you know, I don't even know what that means. Could comment down below if you have an opinion or a thought on what it actually means to worship an idol, a false idol. What does it actually mean? What would you consider worshiping a celebrity would be? And with that in mind, you know, we actually have the Oscars coming up here, and so do we reward or award the celebrity? Is that too much? Is that where the line is? I'll be honest with you, this is very complicated for me because I consider myself somewhat of a wannabe liberation theologian. So perhaps me having this discussion tells you how bad of a liberation theologian I really am. But one of the things that I do every year with my mom is we watch the Oscars together. Well, we actually watch all of the movies leading up to, or we try to watch as many of the movies as we can leading up to the Oscars, and then she comes over, I'll go over, and we'll do a nice dinner, have have this moment where we're watching the Oscars together. And again, how does celebrity work? Well, it's for me, it has nothing to do, almost nothing to do. I enjoy movies. I really love movies, but it has less to do about celebrities and worshiping celebrities and giving celebrities awards as it does. It has more to do with me knowing that my mom enjoys those things and doing those things with my mom. It was a promise that I made myself when I moved out that, dads have Super Bowls and games and things like that. My mom gets the Oscars. She gets me for the Oscars. I'm all in now, but it has more to do with the connection with my mother than it does to the actual awarding celebrities for their work, which is, I guess, at the heart of all things celebrity. One of my favorite shows, and we're getting there. If this box is killing you as much as it's killing me, one of my favorite shows is New Girl. I love it. It's fantastic. Great writing, great humor. But the biggest reason that I love New Girl is because my friends group loves New Girl. And it's that connection that you have with people over shows and music and TV. That's really what makes all of that kind of stuff matter. And so with that being said, New Girl, one of my favorite shows of all time, because my friends love it and I love watching it with them. In this box is something very, very special. And it comes to us from a company called ScreenBid.com. This is suddenly turned into an unboxing video. From ScreenBid.com, who does props from TV shows and movies, actual props. They do bids, they do auctions or whatever, but then when the auctions are over, they still have leftover props that you can purchase on the website, and this might be one of those things. But first, there's a lot of tape. I don't know if UPS did this or ScreenBid did this, but there's tape everywhere, so we gotta get through the tape. While I'm trying to unbox this, kind of to get back to, I'm gonna cut myself. I'm gonna slip and this is gonna hurt me. But to kind of get back to how I think about celebrities, and I've kind of wanted to do this, and let me know in the comments if you think this is a good idea or if this is a dumb idea. But harking all the way back to that experience that I had met with Molly in LA, where I was just like, we're going to LA bypassing all this homelessness and poverty. It was terrifying for me to realize what we were actually doing. So I'm thinking about, when we're watching the Oscars, making like a donation during the Oscars. I don't know to what or where, but the thought I had about going through LA was, you better not go to the Dolby Theater if you have no plans of visiting what's going on outside the city. You better not go to a taping of Jimmy Kimmel if you have no plans to stop and help those that are along the way. And so I'm kind of thinking about that thought process, and I'm wondering if there's some way. I can't form this, I don't have the ability, but like if there was like a fund or charity that while you're watching the Oscars, it's almost like a bet. Like if I say that this movie's gonna win this award and I lose and they don't win that award, I have to make a donation to whatever it is. That's kind of my thought to sort of bring it all together. And it's not just like a case of making myself feel better. I truly believe that don't go for one if you're not going to do the other, right? Don't be all celebrity without any charity in your heart. And so I think it kind of like dives into that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. But we're unboxing. So again, this is from ScreenBid.com out in California. Everything's nice and neatly bubble wrapped. There it is. You don't even know what it is. You can't see it yet. Only I can see it. I want to get this thing that's taped down here. Okay. This is not the most neatly packaged. If you're coming here to see how ScreenBid.com packages items. It's not the most neat thing. I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. These are shoes that were worn, literally worn. They're actual prop shoes from the show New Girl. These are what my buddy and I call a pair of Nick Millers. These were worn by the character Nick Miller, of course played by Jake Johnson. These are actual real life his shoes that he wore on that show. Look at that. These are awesome. But these are the real shoes. This is them. This is tag. I'm assuming just how they kind of serial number everything. This originally went up to auction. Just so you know, I'm not crazy about how much I spend money here. This is the first thing I've ever spent on an actual prop. This originally was at auction for $220, but I got it for $50 with shipping and handling. So don't think I'm like spending all of my paycheck on this or anything like that. So it came with this paper, which is probably just shipping and tell me what I bought. Yes, it is. And then I think this might be a certificate of authenticity. It is. This is the certificate of authenticity, sealed and stamped by Fox, 20th Century Fox. And just so you know actually why I did this at all, my wife and I, we actually have what we call the movie wall. Behind our TV, we have a bunch of movie posters, and we also have props from the movies. None of them are actually real props. These are the first real props that we will have owned. And I'll go ahead and show you that now. Not every pastor would go and buy Nick Millers, right? Not every pastor will appreciate celebrity at all. Some will hate the idea. Some will hate the idea completely of this, and they'll be disgusted by it. Others not so much. Others might think that this is pretty awesome. I think it's all about just having the right balance in your life. You know, not going too far. Maybe buying Nick Miller is going too far. I don't know. It's not just about Jake Johnson. It's about enjoying a show really with my friends. And that's really the meaning behind these shoes. That's really the meaning behind why Kobe's death hurts. That's the real reason why Kobe and Gianna and everybody else who passed away in the helicopter crash, that's the real reason why so many people are broken up. Also because it's terrible and it's tragic. But people are torn up about Kobe because they grew up watching Kobe. They grew up with their brother watching or their sister watching Kobe with their dad or their mom, whatever you have it. All the people who scream Kobe when they throw something away. Same thing with Dale Earnhardt Sr. Same thing with, Robin Williams. It's not just about the person. It's about the relationships that we build, the community that are around why we love those people so much. So I don't really know what to even title this video, or this video is really even all about, besides me just ranting and raving. But I do appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any thoughts at all, go ahead and post them down below. I have some videos that are backlogged that I want to get to, but really with the death of Kobe, I kind of put those on the table for now. In any case, I really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be back real soon here with Real Life Pastor. Thanks, everybody.